Hello. I'm a film hunter and it's way down. A ship is sinking off the coast of Spain and is on fire. The year is 1645. At the bottom of the ocean sinks valuables that were transported galleon Virgin of Guadeloupe. April 2010. Diving operations are carried out at the same location. A cage is being lowered to the ocean floor. Walter Moreland is in charge of the work on board the research vessel. The objects lifted from the bottom of the sea are spread out on the deck and washed with water from the hoses. The assistant tells Walter that they must hurry. The Spanish customs authorities may notice them. The divers decide to make another dive. They swim up to the galleon and one of them penetrates the ship's hold. 2 minutes pass. Suddenly something hits the inside of the galleon. It is James puncturing the penetrated hull with a chest found in the hold. The chest is lifted to the surface. Walter sees the engraving on it. He goes into the cabin, pulls out a bottle of collectible brandy, takes it out on deck. Walter and James drink to their good fortune. A helicopter appears in the sky. The Spanish customs launches towards Walter's ship. The explorers are asked to remain seated and raise their hands. The International Court, where Walter files a claim for the return of the valuables he recovered from the sunken galleon. 6. A representative of the Spanish government claims that such galleons carried valuables belonging to the Spanish crown. So the ownership of everything Walter discovered belongs to the Spanish government. In the end, the court rules in favor of Spain. Cambridge University, June 2006. A young man, Tom, comes in for a job interview. He is offered a unique position for his age at a major oil company, a salary of $400,000. A huge office. Lots of subordinates. The oilmen were impressed by Tom's achievements during the oil spill response in the Gulf of Mexico. Tom is sitting in a restaurant with his father. He says he went to a lot of trouble to arrange such an interview and forces you to make a decision that will define your whole life. At this time, Tom receives an anonymous message on his phone. I suggest we meet. Or are you going to provide a lifetime of profits for the oil tycoons? Tom gets up from his seat and decides to ponder his father's words and respond to the mysterious message sender. Tom and a stranger agree to meet at an exhibition. Walter is already there. He offers to help Tom in robbing the most secure bank in the world, the National Bank of Spain. As a result, Walter hands Tom a plane ticket to Madrid. Tom calls his father and tells him that he will go away for a few days to think about his final decision. The young man arrives in Madrid. Lorraine meets him at the airport and they take a cab through the city. Lorraine brings Tom to the command center set up by Walter to develop a plan for the robbery. Walter introduces Tom to the members of his team. In the command post, the plan for the robbery is discussed. There are 150 guards inside the bank, ready to open fire to kill any attempt at an illegal entry. Opposite the bank building is the GENSHATB. There are 500 special forces ready to come to the rescue of the bank. But the cherry on the cake is the bank's head of security, Gustavo Medina. To get into the vault, you must use 3 keys. In addition, the identification system must react to Gustavo's fingerprints. Simon and Tom, disguised as janitors, get into the bank to learn more about the system. Klaus periodically turns on fake images on the right cameras, which gives Tom and Simon time to enter certain rooms unnoticed by the guards who are watching the cameras. At this time, Lorraine enters the bank. The art historian is greeted personally by Gustavo. He introduces Lorraine to his assistant Mu09 Oz. To offer her hand in introduction, Lorraine asks Gustavo to hold the cup of coffee she has brought. Then she hides the cup with the security chief's fingerprints in her purse. Lorraine is taken to the bank manager's office. She must open the safe and retrieve the key to the vault. Tom shows his accomplices a schematic of the vault he was able to scan with a magnetometer. It turns out that the main mechanism of the vault is huge scales, and if the weight changes, the alarm goes off. Simon and James, through the subway tunnels, enter the room directly beneath the vault. There they discover the giant support structure of the scales. They inform Walter that they will have to drill reinforced concrete coated with steel plates to penetrate the vault. It'll take 15 days. But they only had 8. Which is why we need a plan B. Walter looks through binoculars at the facade of the bank. Next to the square is the broadcast of the match Spain-Germany. Walter returns to the command post and offers access to the vault above. There will be 105 minutes to get into the vault, while the World Cup final is underway. Tom comes up with a way around the scale system. You have to freeze them under the bank vault. Then they stop working. The scales are very large. It would take 500 liters of liquid nitrogen. On the final day, James, Lorraine and Tom enter the bank through a hole they made in the roof. In the basement near the scales, Simon is ready with liquid nitrogen. Klaus and Walter are coordinating the operation at the command post. Lorraine, Tom and James open the vault door. They wait for the liquid nitrogen to freeze the scales. Go in. Start opening the trunks there. They have just a few minutes. Because the frost is rapidly wearing off, the motion sensors are transmitting an alarm from the lobby to the security desk. The guards find a dove there, which has entered the bank through a hole made in the roof by the robbers. Tavo raises an alarm. Lorraine finds Drake's coin in one of the chests. The freeze is lifted. The alarm sounds. The guards rush to the vault. Walter advises his associates to surrender. James pulls out a gun, points it at Lorraine, and demands the coins. I will take them to the British embassy. I am loyal to the Queen. The vault doors close. Water starts flowing in. James, having taken the coins from Lorraine, dives in through a hole for water leaves the vault. Lorraine and Tom are in danger of dying. Tom finds a way out. You have to load the scales so that the system decides the vault is filled with water. It has to be stopped. Tom asks Simon to load the scales. He stacks nitrogen tanks on them. Tom and Lorraine escape from the vault and then escape the bank. The guards pursue them in the plaza. But at this point Spain scores the decisive goal. The fugitives, under the noise of a crowd of fans, leave the plaza. Walter and his friends are vacationing in St. Tropez. He tells Tom that he has long suspected James and asks about the coin swap. Lorraine admits that she did it, learning the coordinates on the coins from the chest. Walter realizes that the treasure is in London. The Bank of England has a blonde woman. It asks Lorraine,